working guest service. And I don't want to touch that.
This is the show where we answer your questions, but if it gets too deep, we say don't go there.
Cheers.
Good interview.
Ding.
Yay. Off camera.
Ding.
Stage hand.
Hello, and welcome to another Don't Go There. There's a bug. Oh. I'm here with Katie Lovell. There's a bug. Katie Lovell.
Hi.
Yay! She's a theme park performer at just Universal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Perfect. So, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
When did you first realize that you wanted to be a performer?
When I was 3.
When you were 3?
Yeah, I was one of those weird kids that every Halloween, every dress up for your future career day,
Yeah.
it was just my ballet costumes. I didn't change anything. I would just, sometimes I put wings on, but that was it. So
Oh my
they'd be like,
gosh.
but what do you want to be? And I'd be like, a dancer. They're like, yeah, okay, but what do you want to be? I was like, a dancer. And they would just be like, oh, well, you'll figure it out one day.
And now look at you.
And turns
You're
out-
still a dancer.
I was right. So,
Did you go to college?
I did.
You did.
I am.
You are.
I did. I am. I are.
You
yeah.
are. Wait, you're finishing. You're almost done.
I are a college student.
I
a
is
college student.
an educated college student. Yeah, so I started going to college at Daytona State
Right.
right out of high school, and I was miserable because I stopped dancing because, aged out of the studio. And so I did about a year and a half of my Associate of Arts degree, and I failed 3 classes,
Ooh.
and I was just so unhappy, and so I told my parents one night, hey, I'm quitting school and I'm going back to dance classes 6 nights a week because I'm miserable. And they didn't talk to me for about 2 weeks.
Oh.
And then they're like, okay, you know what? Go for it. And after working for 6-7 months just taking classes and getting my technique back, that's when I auditioned for Superstar Parade and I got hired full time right off the bat.
Oh my God.
And then I had 2 weeks to move here and I got to tell my dad on his birthday, surprise, I have a job with a 401k and benefits and all of that. And he was like, you do? Doing what? And I was like, dancing! And he almost didn't believe me. So yeah, so that was a great, now he supports it totally. Now he supports anything I do because he realizes I should have trusted you in your gut.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
That's so great. Do you have any crazy or embarrassing moments from college other than failing?
Other than failing? I don't really think so because honestly, I really didn't do that many in-class classes. I'm an online student.
What are you studying now?
Oh, okay, so I got my Associate of Arts. I'm going to major in criminal justice to be a criminologist or a forensic psychologist, and with a minor in psychology because I've already taken every psych course they offer.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna go for
I
it.
didn't know you could dance in those fields.
You can.
Oh.
But I figure my body will break at some point, so
Yeah,
might as well do something I'm interested in.
Did you have any guest service jobs before performing?
Oh boy.
Oh no!
I did.
Yeah?
So when I, first graduated high school and I was like, I need a job other than babysitting, a family friend gave me a job as a cashier at Sam's Club. I have no upper body strength.
Is this the one in Ormond?
Yeah,
Oh
and,
my
and so
gosh.
people would put water cases and boxes of popsicles, and one man actually put a tire on the conveyor belt one time, which doesn't make sense. He got it from the auto section and he just watched me struggle to lift it. I was terrible because I'm also terrible at math. So making change and cash, not a good time. But the worst thing that ever happened
That's
was
why we're
this
not accountants.
lady rolled up in my line and I asked for her payment and she
No.
pulled out a credit card covered in sweat. And I had to take it.
Sweat.
Boob sweat.
Oh.
And that was the moment that I thought, I don't want to do this, and I don't want to work in guest service, and I don't want to touch that. It was not a good time.
Oh
So
my
I quit.
gosh.
I quit after the 90 days.
Have you always lived in Florida?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dumb question.
Yep.
We grew up together.
We did. We did. Same high school.
Yep.
What style of dance did you specialize in?
Ballet. So I went to a European School of Ballet in Daytona.
Cool.
And the studio originally started in Berlin, Germany. and that's where my teachers were from. So very, very classically trained ballet, pas de deux, point.
Yeah.
You know, we did some modern and jazz, but we never did competition. That wasn't our thing. Like, we were doing ballet like 10 hours a week, you know, even in like middle school, high school, so.
I for sure thought you were gonna say 10 hours a day.
No, it was like 3 hours a night. So I go to school and then I dance for 3 hours and then go home and then do homework and then just get like 4 hours of sleep and wake up the next day, typical high schooler, so.
Wow.
Yeah. What was your audition experience like for the parks?
Well, I auditioned on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh, I
And-
remember that audition.
Do you really? Because I was there, I was 19 years old, and I wore like this little like hot pink like crop top thingy because I was like, ooh, that looks adultish. And I'm not fresh out of high school. I'll wear that and jazz shoes and some dance shorts. And I walked in, and I remember I looked at everybody, and I was like, oh, I don't look like any of you. Like, they were like buff with like perfect hair and makeup, and I like went in there with like a touch of pink lipstick, and that was it.
Ballet dancer.
Yeah, so I waited and waited. Yeah, basically. I was like, oh, this is a whole new world.
Yeah.
So I went in. They were running late per usual. It's okay. It's auditions.
Yes.
And they combined my group with the previous group that was like 2 hours late. I don't know how many people were in there. I'm gonna say probably 150, maybe 200. I mean, it was a lot because they only had 2 days of auditions.
Was this one of the soundstage auditions?
Yes, it was one of the soundstage auditions, and I forgot my water bottle in the car. And it was one of those things where it's like if you leave the room, you're kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
And so my audition from start to finish took about 6 hours, I think.
Yeah, no water.
No, because it was like, everybody learn it, cut, everybody do it, cut. I think we made like 8 cuts, like one every 30 minutes or so. I can't, whatever, but
Right.
yeah, and so at the end there was like maybe 15 of us, 20 of us that they kept to get fit, you know, and measured and stuff.
Yeah.
And I called my friend and I was like, hey, she worked for the parks, and I was like, I just got fit and I made it through like all the rounds and I'm kind of dying, but I'm really excited. What does that mean? She's like, that's really good news. And I was like, well, great. Like, so yeah, and then I was so excited. I called one of my friends from back home and I was like, guess what? I like nailed it, and it was like this whole thing. The audition was like a minute and a half long, and I got on I-4 West instead of I-4 East, and I drove for 45 minutes towards Tampa
No.
before I realized I was on the wrong highway.
Because you were so excited.
I was like, guess what? And then I was
my
like,
gosh.
oh, Tampa, 30 miles of shit. And then so I had to drive like 2 hours back towards Daytona.
Right. What other shows have you done outside of the parks?
You know, it's interesting that I haven't done a whole lot. I've done a lot of gigs. I'm like a gig person. So I worked for Vixen Talent Productions for like I think 2 years. Did a lot of really fun gigs. I learned how to do swing. I learned how to do disco, which is my absolute favorite.
yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and all these different styles.
I didn't have proper teachings of disco.
No.
I didn't until I did that, but it was so much fun. So I enjoy doing gigs and being new characters and doing new things. I've auditioned for a few shows, haven't really got anything, but then again, I took the past 2.5 years to go back to school part-time, so like,
Yes.
it was one of those things where it's like, I could audition for the show, but I'm probably gonna slack my classes, and I really don't want to do that because it's a lot of money to pay for. So now that I have my Associate of Arts degree, I am really hoping that I can start getting really like back into it, back into auditions, back into shows, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited though. I miss it a lot.
Any performance fails?
There was the time that I pulled my groin muscle in the middle of parade because we were doing some choreo and I went to like step out, except for I put all my weight on my front foot and the road was just like a little bit slick, and I went straight down into a side lunge and then like was in so much pain that I couldn't just pop back up, so I like did like a body roll over and then like stood up and was like, where am I? And the mom in front of me went, because she could just see like it hurt really bad, and I did not expect it, and it was so quick that I tried to cover, but really I was just like rolling on the concrete, like not knowing how to get, because my leg was like dead.
Wait, was this?
Right.
Yeah,
Like a fish.
like a fish.
Was this during the first showstop or the second one?
Second. So
Oh,
I
okay,
finished
at
show best I
least-
could, and then I was like,
okay, at least it was
Bye.
the end.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But that poor
hilarious.
mom, okay, you good? I was like, I so I don't know where we are. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Oh, that's
Such
too
a mess.
good.
I'm a
So, do you have a favorite musical?
no,
Oh, okay.
I don't.
It's okay.
I really don't. I'm not like a musical like person. I have seen them. I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
But I won't say I'm like a fanatic necessarily.
Right.
I'm more of like, classic ballets. I'm like, oh my
Right.
god, please let's get tickets because I just.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Is
I
there a
fall in love
classic
with it.
ballet that you like? Classical ballet that you like?
Oh gosh. I like Kita a lot.
Paquita?
Yeah.
Oh my
Isn't that
gosh.
funny?
Amazing.
I do. And Giselle. Definitely Giselle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Giselle.
Yes. It's gorgeous.
I'm like Bluebird Variation. It's like
Uh-huh.
every like separate thing. Like that's what I'm in love
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Isn't Giselle the name of the girl from the Disney movie where?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I.
Which is a cute movie.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It is a cute movie.
It's not my
When
favorite.
I saw that in theaters, I was like, Giselle? Giselle?
It could have been a nod to that particular ballet.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure, yeah,
I think
maybe.
it just sounds like a very like princessy name. Like,
Yeah.
oh Giselle, please.
What is the story about the ballet?
She's dead. She gets killed in the first act.
I should mention I like have a really like morbid personality. like morbid humor, like any of those like forensic file shows. I'm like, oh my god, which serial killer are we studying today? Which ties back
explains-
into the criminal justice.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I love that. That's so funny.
So yeah.
No, but she's dead, and her prince comes to save her, and he's like, no, don't take her away from me. And then like he comes and like the queen of the dead people comes up and is like, you have to dance till you're dead. And then
Yeah.
there's this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's a weird torture.
I mean he ends up.
That is a weird choice.
I mean the whole thing is that he's there to bring her back to life.
Yeah.
But
But this love
he ends up not.
doing that.
Yeah.
But then do they end up together and
No.
No.
this is a real happy story.
Tragic ending.
Well, ballet was created in a
Uh-huh.
very tragic era,
Yeah.
in a very tragic country. So
Yeah. I don't think they even knew what happiness was to
right,
pretend
no,
that there is a
I
good
know
thing.
because in almost every ballet, somebody dies, or the entire family dies, and yeah,
Well, the only one that I've seen was Dracula, which was awesome.
which is all about dead people.
Mhm.
So. Well, and that was choreographed by my old artistic director, who
Oh, nice.
that is the best ballet in the country, contemporary ballet in the country, and then his best ballet in the country is Romeo and Juliet, and his best ballet and most seen ballet in the
Yeah.
world is Dracula.
I
So
love it.
love, yeah.
That's awesome.
I was supposed to be in Dracula, and then it was going to tour at the premiere. I was going to tour. It ended up touring the entire world,
Oh my god.
and then now like he gets asked to come choreograph it on other people because if
Yeah.
you buy the rights for that, he
Right.
has to come and choreograph.
Oh, that's
it.
nice.
It's smart.
Yeah, that's
very smart.
Well, keeps it consistent and like true to
Yeah.
its core.
But that's the same with all his ballets, so he's
Nice.
brilliant. Anywho, do you have a dream role?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think so.
No.
I think I just really enjoy performing. It's like I don't
I'm the
really
same
care
way.
what I'm doing. As long as I'm getting to dance and perform, like that's when I feel the most like me. Because you don't have to
Yeah.
like talk and try to do this and that. Like you just dance and you express yourself and people take it for what it is. And I like that. I feel very at home
Yeah.
when I'm dancing. So as long as I'm performing, I'm good. I don't really care.
Time.
I was just gonna say, after this question you finish, you have 44 seconds.
Okay,
Let me go ahead and, do you want me to go ahead and?
go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Just because you guys are doing some really good stuff, so.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We have graduated to the Twitter question.
Oh.
Who is the number one showstopper?
Okay, if I pick one person that I think is just like phenomenal in everything they do, and it's just beautiful and humble and always kind, Giselle Pagan.
Oh, Giselle Pagan.
But seriously, I've been to her classes and I'm always nervous, you know, like I always feel like I can compare myself, and she always makes everyone feel like welcome and comfortable, and she just does so many things. She does, but she's just so nice, and she's beautiful in everything she does, and I really look up to her in her work ethic. She works hard all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
She's great.
I'm trying to get her to come here.
Do it.
I'm just saying.
Giselle, come talk to me.
Giselle, what burnt foods do you like?
Oh, I don't. I hate burnt foods, but I do like stale foods. Like I prefer stale Cheetos or stale cereal, or like cupcakes that have too much flour in them. Like I'm one of those weird people that like.
We don't. What happens when cupcakes have too much flour in them?
Well, you know what I mean? Like things that like don't. My sister made these cupcakes the other day, and everybody thought they tasted disgusting, and then I tasted them, and I thought they were great, and they all were like, "That's so gross. They just taste like flour with some like lemon icing." I ate like 30 of them. They were mini. But yeah, anything that most people would think like
30.
No, I mean mini cupcakes. But most things were like, oh, that's old, or like, oh, that's gross. I'm like, no, that's still good. I'll eat that. And they're like, please throw it away. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Like.
So just to be clear, when it's the do not use after date, that's when you would start to use it.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, let's go. Lovely. That's so great.
I know. I'm really weird. I know.
Favorite horror movie?
Oh, I
Horror.
can't watch scary movies.
What country would you like to visit?
Ooh, Portugal, because that's where some of my family's from, my dad's side.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to go there because the rest of me is pretty white. You know, Irish, English, all that stuff, and then I've got like a splash of Portuguese in there. So
Hilarious.
I think that'd be the one place I want to go.
Yeah. And the question that we ask everyone:
Okay.
If you could be a theme park attraction from Disney or Universal, what attraction and why?
I'm gonna say Rip Ride Rocket because like slightly terrifying and intimidating, but also loves music and is super fun when you really get into it. It's like, oh, you look terrifying, but you're not that bad, which is what people tell me all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Usually after I train people into shows, they're like, I thought you were scary. It turns out you're nice. And I'm like, oh, thanks. So yeah, I would go with Red Rocket.
She has no public social media, but I do. Okay, gotta put this down. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Musical.ly, all at endsleyellis. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment what you would like to see next time, and we will see you later.